Hey, you. Go ahead and take a moment to get settled in. And then, suddenly, with no preamble, arrive. Become perfectly awake, aware, and present. Realize that you already are, in fact, perfectly awake, aware, and present. Open to the body and body posture. Feel the body as an empty, open space, scattered with points of changing sensations. Connect with all the sensations associated with breathing. Be precisely aware of the transition between the in-breath and the out-breath. Notice whether your mind wanders during the pause between the out-breath and the in-breath. Open to sounds. Realize that there's no need to lean into a sound. There's no need to get closer to it. Sounds arise all on their own. Allow attention to expand inward to the depths of your heart and outward through the environment in all directions. Allowing awareness to be equally inside and outside. Again, there's no need to struggle. Remember, there's nothing you're really doing here. You're not producing anything. Everything's just arising and changing all on its own. And so too is your awareness of it all. So just fall down and back and simply receive experience exactly as it is. Open to any mind states or emotions that might be coloring attention in this moment. Is the mind sleepy or restless? Is the mind cloudy or concentrated? Bored or interested? Is there any loving kindness or generosity present in the mind? Go ahead and check the attitude in the mind. Is there grasping to some pleasant experience or not? Is the mind resisting some unpleasant experience or not? Is the mind closed off, contracted, and tight? Or is it open, receptive, and flowing smoothly? Be aware of any thoughts in the mind, whether they contain words or images or both. And remember, there's no need to be bothered by thoughts. Thoughts are endlessly fascinating and mysterious. They allow us to build smartphones and self-driving cars. They launch us into space and weave the fabric of our lives and culture. They lend us understanding about ourselves and our place in the world. So, when you feel disturbed by the thinking mind, see if you can remind yourself that you're not practicing to prevent thinking, but rather to acknowledge and recognize thinking whenever it arises. And it doesn't matter whether thinking stops or not. What's important is that you're aware of them, that you understand whether they're skillful or unskillful, appropriate or inappropriate, necessary or unnecessary, timely or untimely. When we fight thoughts, we just add to the struggle. It's a strengthening of the wrong attitude. So again, our practice is to simply be aware of thoughts when they arise. And then to discern with wisdom, should I reify this thought? Is it skillful or unskillful? Healthy or unhealthy? Again, become aware of the body and the breath and any sounds. And be particularly aware of any thoughts that arise. And if you find that you've been captured by thought, that you've collapsed into it, no worries. Just note the awareness of the thought. Discern whether the thought is skillful or unskillful. And then just watch what happens to it. Okay. In the last minute of the session, just begin again. Treat this next breath as if it were the first. Well, thank you for practicing. Before you go, I'd like to invite you to start thinking about any unfinished business you may have. Do you have any relationships that have something left undone? Are there any hard conversations you know you need to have? Do you need to set boundaries with someone? Or maybe make any apologies to anyone? So, over the next few days, start thinking about any loose ends you need to tie up. And I encourage you to write them down in a place where you can't ignore them. And I'll see you back here tomorrow.